Hi YouTube, this is just a quick video about my red blood pythons and the first time that I bred them. Um, so I actually had bought them as an adult pair off of some guy, got them home, set them up in their cage, and like the next day I saw them paired up like this, and you'll be able to see their tails kind of wiggling about in a minute. Um, yeah, completely joined together, and I was like really glad, obviously, like to see this straight away was really quite exciting because they're such big, kind of chunky snakes. I was excited to think that one day I might be able to get eggs from the female. Um, so yeah, this species, red blood python, Python Brongersmai, it's called, um, and they can be given a bit of a bad reputation as being a bit aggressive, but my adult pair is a little bit, maybe just because they weren't handled very much. But anyway, I'll show you what happened after this. Eggs. So she laid some eggs in a nest box. I just had a box in with her that was all full of moss. She laid all her eggs into that, and I took them out and I just put them in vermiculite, just on the top of the vermiculite, hardly buried at all. And then I just kept the humidity up. You can see some of these eggs have got plasters on them because they sort of dehydrated a bit. And if the eggs dehydrate a bit, what you can do, you can actually get like a syringe with some saline, and you can inject into the top of the egg and add some saline, and that just tops up their liquid content, stops them dehydrating so much that they don't hatch. So you can see the little hatchlings poking out here. This one you can see is a little egg tooth on the front there. They have a little egg tooth to help them cut out the eggs. These slits in the eggs, by the way, once I see the babies have made their first little slit, I actually cut a V-shape slit to help them out. It can really sort of aid them hatching out successfully. Sometimes they make a slit, but then they can sort of still drown in their egg. So that's a good tip. As soon as you've seen that they've made their first slit, you know that they're kind of ready to come out, and then you can make this V-shaped slit. But don't then, get them out the egg or anything. You have to still leave them alone, and it can take 24 hours. It can take 48 hours, something like that, for them to decide to hatch out. So you do have to be a bit careful. So here you go. You can see some of the hatchlings coming out here, and these guys, when they come out, they're quite feisty. If you try and pick them up, they do, some of them can strike at you. So I suppose in that respect they can be a little bit aggressive right out of the egg, but these guys, I started picking them up straight away, like in between meals. So I'd like feed them, and then I'd wait like 3 or 4 days, and then I would hold them for quite a long time, and then repeat that cycle again. And now they're good as gold. They're a lot bigger now. You can check that out in one of my other videos where you see me kind of feeding them. You can see my 4 sort of holdback ones that I kept. One of which is a T positive albino, which is nice. But these guys, yeah, you can see that when you touch them, they sort of like look at you funny. They're like, I want to bite you. I mean, some of them don't. It was just the odd one or two that was quite feisty at this stage. So yeah, you can see the different markings. So I had my adult female is a normal colour one. My adult male is a matrix morph. So I had some that were normals, like this I think is a normal one, and some of them were matrix, where they're sort of a bit more, they've got a bit more grey mottling down the side, and their markings are a bit more angular, and they're sort of grey on the underbelly as well. And yeah, the T positive albino looks completely different. It's really pale. You can see that one in one of my other videos. Okay, and this is their first meal, which is really nice. Once you see them take that first one, it's a big sort of weight off, and then usually after they've had one, they like it. And you can get them, if you give them pinkies to start with, you can get them onto baby rats like really quickly, and as soon as they're on baby rats, they just start growing really quick. So you can see its little teeth there. Look, very cute. Typically, it's bitten it right in the middle. The hardest way to swallow a mouse. Yeah, very cute. And then with the babies, I just rear them up in tubs. And mine actually, they're still in the same tubs that they were when they were hatchlings. I'm just about to move them into bigger tubs. But as long as you give them like a reasonable size hide, I keep a little hide box in mine, somewhere dark for them to go. They seem to like it. And I just keep them quite humid. So I keep them on just kitchen towel, and every 3 days I take the kitchen towel out because it's got damp again by then, and then I put new kitchen towel in so it's all dry again. But they're water bowls that I have in there. I just keep like a little ramekin in there with probably just about an inch of water, if that, probably more like half an inch of water. But it's enough that as that sort of evaporates, you get condensation, just a little bit, forming after about 3 days in their tubs. So that keeps them humid enough. Because they are a species that I think likes a bit of humidity. So even with the adults, I keep a box of moss in their cage, so the adults can go in, especially when it's time for them to shed their skin. They go in and they just shed into the moss basically. I don't have any problems with shedding because of that. Okay, so yeah, I've seen them mating again. There's another video actually of them mating again more recently. So I'm hoping that I'll get more eggs and I'll be able to do it again. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like these kinds of videos, check out all my other ones. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and then you can see anything new that I post up. Because I keep loads of reptiles and amphibians and small mammals, and I've got a 3-banded armadillo, for example, and lots of invertebrates and things I keep and breed as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I was going to say as well, if you happen to like 80s toys, I collect lots of different 80s toys from my childhood, so I have loads of other videos on those, and I also have videos because I sort of sculpt weird creatures and things from sort of creature feature movies, so things like gremlins and critters and all that kind of thing. I make sort of prop looking versions of them. So if you want to see anything like that, have a look as well at my other videos, and again, don't forget to hit subscribe. Yeah, I'm trying to breed my reptiles all the time, so just keep your eyes out really, because anything that happens that's interesting that I happen to film, I will put up on YouTube so you can see it. I'm hoping that it will help other people like me with similar interests.